What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Andre Machent, and this is Behind the Bar interview. For those who don't know, I've reacted to Hailo's I Pray. So, guys, I unpacked that because it's so deep, but I'll hear from the lady herself. Let me hand over straight to Hailo. How you doing?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. The name's Hailo, Hailo. That's Hailo, and I'm from Krakenstein, 27 years old, and that's me in a nutshell.
Do you know what's weird? If we can touch on that topic, is the fact that you just casually gave your age away.
Absolutely, why I did that is because it's significant given the EP I just dropped in May on my 27th birthday.
Guys, look at that subtle plug. Just casually, it's like, yo.
Just throw that in there for me.
Yeah, you don't know. So, straight to it, right? I reacted to the track called I Pray. And in brackets you had Wrath. And I was like, why is this girl now cross for someone? Is what happened? And which basically had me go home for the first time and do some research. So I went and I saw your other tracks had the 7 deadly sins. What made you go that route with it?
So 7 deadly sins has been something that I formulated for about 11 years. When I was 16 years old, I always told myself, I watched Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks had a whole episode of 7 deadly sins. She had ladies in coffins and they all, it's deep, it's very deep. But she had ladies in coffins and they all represented the sin. And I told myself, one day when you're big, you're going to do something relating to that sin. And for me, the only thing to tie it to that would make sense was music.
Oh, wow.
And Sean and I took about 3 years with I Pray. People think it just dropped and it was just the song for GBV. But it took us about 3 years to perfect that song in specific. So that and every single sin on the EP ties directly to what I've been through in my life, what I felt. So it's not something I just picked up and threw or tied to any track on the EP. Each track relates to a specific sin for a specific reason.
Why did it take you 3 years to actually drop that track?
Look, let me be honest with you. Because I've been a victim of gender-based violence myself, it's always been huge for me to use my voice as a female to discuss those issues. I Pray for me literally started as a prayer. I would pray every night, God, bless my community, please bless the women suffering, bless the kids that are in abandoned homes, bless the kids that aren't thriving like they should be. I mean, these are innocent kids in my community that's suffering from violence, from abuse. There's women going through rape daily, and I just pray to God every night. Every night I prayed and I said, God, please help the community, please help the community. Eventually I prayed so much about it that this automatically came melodic in my head. And I pray would just run in my head every day.
And that's, for me, I was like, it's weird, because I'm a guy from the outside looking in, so I don't know in depth. I can hear about it, we can speak about it in certain circles. For me, and it's, for me, like, even the cinematographer can tell you, while I was reacting to it, I was like, this is
brutal. This
is heavy, because you don't expect, because I mean, I've listened to some of your tracks that you released, and I was like, chick's got bars for days. She's out here. She's out here doing the most, and I didn't expect this from the track. And as I'm watching it and getting into it, I was like, Aina, is this what females go through on a daily basis? Is this what gets spoken about in certain circles? Because I feel like when you started off the track, I was like, okay, it's a mellow song. I thought you're just a rapper. I was like, okay, now and then she started singing. I was like, okay, the hook's got me, and I'm grooving to the hook, and then bar hits like the first beat, and I was like, hey, can what? I thought we're singing. I thought we're kumbayaing and holding.
No, sir.
No. And I said to 3 Crowns straight, I was like, listen, as much as there's not a lot of bars in it, there's a lot of truth in it. And it's stuff that doesn't get spoken about that needs to be
Absolutely.
said. And I feel, in a sense, like, you as a guy, am I talking about this enough? Just touching on, like the bar, there's something you say, you start off with, I pray to God lately, I've been asking him a lot, kids shot up on the block. And then you touch on the rape saga, where I was like, yo, straight grimy, okay, kids getting shot. I was like, okay, and then you went on rape. I feel like, and this is me personally, I feel like as soon as a female mentions rape, guys are like, ooh.
You want to hide away immediately. Here's the thing about I Pray. You can't hide away. You don't have another female in Cape Town speaking about what she's going through in Cape Town. You don't have another female who is, I wouldn't say confident enough, but who is strong enough to speak about what she's been through and still have the males trying to compensate what we go through, because everything you hear in rap is male dominated. So you are so drawn to what they say, but you've never heard a woman's perspective. The minute you hear a woman's perspective, it changes your mindset. It changes your mindset of, yo, is that what they actually go through?
And that was my thought process on it, where you listen to your international rappers and they just rap about flashy cars,
money,
calling
weed,
women this and that, and I'm like, okay, I vibe to it, I rock to it.
Of
and then you
course.
get a female that's not out here on that, let's say Megan Thee Stallion vibe, that's just spitting
Real
truth,
facts.
and I'm like, I don't know, because I'm so touched by it. Do I like it, or am I actually listening for the change to not just the beat but the lyrics as well?
So let me tell you why I feel I will always be gatekeep in the industry. People won't want to see, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but when you come with real facts, let me reference J. Cole. J. Cole is someone who spits real facts. People try and pin him up against Kendrick, people try and pin him up against Kanye, but he's in his own league.
Hey.
There's no competition for him because he's spitting real facts. Whether or not he's getting a Grammy for it, he's got his following. He's got his people. I can have 1K followers, but you know what? If I spit some facts, I know for a fact I touched you. And that's all that I can ask for at the end of the day.
And funny enough, I touched on this in my last interview, where I spoke to a couple of artists before the interview, and I was like, yo, you don't have that much following. And it's crazy that, I don't care, like, you get a select few, and I'm going to say a select few,
Absolutely.
that think that, yo, I have 1,000 followers, but I'm touching one. I don't give a damn if they're like 3 of my pictures, as long as my lyrics touches someone in the sense of not booty popping kind of dropping song, where you actually sit and think like, yo, is this who I am? Yo, I relate to what she's going through. And is that what you want to achieve with your music holistically, or was it just with this track?
Let me tell you something. For me, people try to commercialize me. Yo, Hailo, please be more commercial, man. Let's get you that following. Let's get you more commercial so people can sing to those hooks. Let's party and boom, boom, you know? And I always told them, no. If I have a story to tell, you're gonna follow me regardless. You are gonna wanna know what happened to me, why did that happen to me, what's going on in a life. I have a segment every Tuesday, I post Traffic Tuesday. I don't know if you've seen it. And it's real shit. I play a beat in my car, whatever I'm feeling in that moment, I spit about. And if someone inboxes me and says, bro, you won't understand, I was going through that today. Thank you so much for putting that out. As an artist, for me, I've reached my highest peak because I know I've related to someone real, someone authentic, someone who's following me for a reason. If I don't post at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, people are like, I'm not following you anymore. You didn't commit to that Traffic Tuesday. Hailey, I'm upset with you. Please, please, please post the Traffic Tuesday. But I live a real life as well. I'm a single mom. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have 1 day in the studio, 4 hours. And in that 4 hours, we try and put out as much as we can.
Guys, can we just pause there for a second? If you can, do yourself a favor and watch I Play.
Please.
But the fact that she said she's a single mom, works a 9 to 5, goes to studio one day. There are people out there that are fortunate enough to spend a week in studio.
Absolutely.
As a mother, and I mean a single mom, my mother's a single mother, but I understand, not holistically, not fully, but I understand just a fragment of the sacrifice she has to make to obviously make sure there's bread on the table, but still also focus on her craft, but make sure that everything's sorted before her craft is sorted. And I appreciate you and commend you as a female artist that I've listened to you for a while. I've dabbled in your music and I was like, okay, she's right, she's okay. And when you started going into you and not, like you said, the commercial field, I was like, okay, you have a story, let me listen.
There's substance.
And exactly what you're saying, I prefer that there's substance in your music than just the bubblegum chappy rap.
1000%.
There's a bar that you, your first bar that you said is conflicted by society, the power of a hierarchy got me in a dire need. What do you mean by that?
I literally got goosebumps in the It's crazy. I've always felt like you need to be verified. You need to have 50k followers. You need to be the Nadia Jenner. Wow, the Nadia Jafter, the Nadia Jafter of social media, and that's what I speak about when I refer to the hierarchy. You have to be on top, and I mean to be on top is so much pressure. Who wants to live their life on social media? Who wants to share their pain on social media? Of course, when you're rejoicing, it's good to post. Oh, look at me, I'm in a good state. But the minute people see you in a bad state, that's actually when they want to feed off you. And you're already low. So I always felt like this desire for me to be on top puts so much pressure on me. Like, I know I'll get there, but let me do it in my strides. Let me do it while telling you guys a story. Don't put the pressure on me to commercialize myself, be on top, become this public figure, and I don't provide no substance.
If we can bring it back to your second verse in the track, right? So, yo guys, I so much want to sit like that, but I shouldn't.
I see you going for that position, yes. It's just so comfortable.
Exactly.
Let me be honest with you.
So your second bar, or should I say your second verse, right?
Yes.
There's a section where you pay homage and respect to the females that passed away because of the violence and selfishness of men that can't respect women. I felt like, as you watched that, I was like, oh,
were you angry?
I was quiet. I was like,
how can you say that?
Because I was like, you're literally putting up pictures of people I've heard about on the news, and I'm
because it's real. Men don't realize that us women, we are really going through this. We are really at the hands of the devil at the moment. We depend on the men in our community to save us, to help us. How do I go to the post office to go fetch a parcel and I'm raped and I'm murdered? If I'm depending on you as the man in our community to protect me, then of course if I need to use my voice to say you're doing a bad job at it, I'm going to use my voice to say you're doing a bad job at it. Because everybody else is doing it for the likes, the follows and the shares, the clout. They are rapping about things that people want to hear. People want to commercialize everybody because it's the right thing to do in our generation. I will take a totally different route. I will become the advocate for women if I have to. I will take all the backlash if I have to because that's how strongly I feel about it. So if you're going to sit and you're going to listen to I Pray and you're going to sit there and you're going to feel offended, I'm glad you feel offended because it's something that you aren't doing as a man to fulfill your duties to us as women. I'm sorry.
Yo!
No, that's how strongly I feel about it.
I appreciate it. Because if you look in your second verse, right, you just start off with, am I next? And I was like, wait man, I've heard this, I've seen it. And you, which is basically, again, homage to a campaign that started for women to be the voice of the voiceless. And what took the whole video for me was when you started rapping at the same location, Nene was brutally raped, murdered. And I was like, I was touched. I was like,
Shock factor.
because I reacted to the video and saw that, and I was like, and I even with the videographer, I was like, wait, no, is it the same? Huh? How?
Did she really do that?
Exactly, and that was the thought process in my head. Did she really do that? What made you rap there?
It needs to be relatable. This is a post office in Cape Town. This is a post office how many other women visit. This is a post office where you are just supposed to go pick up post. So if I show you that I'm as a woman, I'm at that exact same post office that a sister of mine got raped at and murdered at, you're gonna feel the shock factor. There's no way that you can say, oh, she just did it here, oh, she just did it there. So the thought process in the video as well, we have a storyboard because it needs to be effective. I'm not trying to put out videos just to look good.
Hey.
I wasn't in my greatest shape in that video. For all the haters who commented on that, I wasn't in the greatest shape in that video. I wasn't in my greatest form in that video. I was going through some things, but you know what? The message had to get out. And through me, I was about to put that message out. Why must I sleep on it?
Hey.
Why must I be quiet about something that's happening to my sisters every day?
I get you. And then you said in the track, in the second verse, where knowing then you say, am I next to be raped, killed or murdered, knowing I walked this earth and I didn't deserve it. Like this to me is that what females are actually, when walking normally in a mall or walking to their car, is this what they actually think?
So I'm in the mall and I'm walking around, someone's watching me. Immediately as a female, I'm uncomfortable. I'm alone, I have this male watching me. The first thought is already negative because of what we've been through. I have a daughter, she's 6 years old, right? I can't send my daughter out anywhere. You have a girl in Dros who was raped just eating with her family. So anywhere I go as a woman, I'm not protected at all. I could be wanting to have the time of my life, but I can't. Is my dress too short? Are my heels too high? Why did I wear red lipstick? Is it because I done my hair? Is it because I done my makeup? Should I have stayed at home rather? Because me just walking on this earth, I'm already a target because I'm a female.
There we go, perfectly said. And it's so crazy because you need to put a spotlight on a subject like this, because I know I am in various circles and it's rare that you find a conversation like this gets brought up with males. That's why for me this video is so profound, because I went in looking for bars where I was like, okay, let's listen for bars, and you just started spitting truth to the point where you need to get to the point where you're uncomfortable, and I feel like that's what you're trying to do in the message, especially as a male, hearing a female's perspective, where you listening to the track, hoping for bars, and you start getting uncomfortable and you shift in your seat and you're like,
whoa, she didn't just go there.
I was like, okay,
what?
She's out here talking about that. And if I can ask, finish the bar for me. What's my body's sole purpose?
To be raped and discarded as if I wasn't worth it. So God sent me on this earth for various reasons, right? Am I solely here on this earth to be treated as garbage? Am I on this earth to be abused? Am I on this earth to be raped? Am I on this earth to be terrorized as a woman, to fear my life every single day? And that's basically where the fear of, am I next to be raped, killed and murdered, knowing I walked this earth and I didn't deserve it. I could be trying to do my best, but because one man has an ill thought, it just comes and interrupts my entire life. Sometimes I make it, other women don't make it.
So in closing, Well, the closing bar for me, it hurts me, it hurts you. Femicide, man, the system failed you. I unpacked that and I was like, yo, I've seen females post about this where the justice system didn't do justice, where you literally as a female crying out for help, being like, yo, can you save me, protect me some way? I don't care how you do it, even if it means, listen, I'm going to take you out of
Yes.
where you are and put you somewhere safe. And when I unpacked that, I was like, yo, why, man? Like, why do females now have to go through this?
Yeah. As a female, you literally can go to the police station. You can go and lay a case. Your case needs to be valid to them.
Yeah.
They need to have a reason. Right. For them to be valid, they need to test you, take you to hospital, test you with a rape kit. Now they don't have rape kits available for you. This backdates the whole process to 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You as the victim, you suffer in silence while people are just living their lives, not concerned about were you sorted out. Did you have the correct help that you needed at that time? You know what I mean? So it's sad because you can cry out for help and you can say, look, this happened to me, and people will be like, but why? Or what did you do?
Yeah. And in closing, just to wrap up the iPlay reaction video, well, the interview part of it, there's a part in the video where you just walk into what I assume is a church and you take a, like me watching that whole video at that moment, I was like, I'm gonna take a breath with you. I'm like,
I need that breath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was your reasoning for that breath in it? Was it the okay, I'm tired now, like, yo, I've said my say, I've gone through the motions. What was it that you were trying to portray in that section?
That breath speaks absolute volumes in terms of why I'm taking that breath. I finally come into church. I finally seek God to be saved.
Yeah.
I finally come in. I let go of everything at the door with that breath that had happened to me, and I put my faith in God to resurrect me in terms of bring back who I was as a person. And if you look closely into the video, it's an old version of me or a damaged version of me and a healed version of me holding over me, telling me it's going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, people can say they're going to support you.
Yeah.
People can say they're going to be there for you.
Yeah.
But it takes you as a woman to forgive yourself for something that you were not responsible for, and to take that deep breath and say, it is okay. If I have the faith, I am able to go on. So the deep breath is so symbolic of a new start for a victim. And finding God in that space to give you that relief of what you've been through. People don't believe the saying, everything happens for a reason. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things really happen to good people, and you have to just believe that your purpose is always higher than your pain.
For those watching, thank you for tuning in. I'm your host with the most, Andre Mishent. This is Behind the Bar, and this is your homegirl, Hailo.
Hello.
Hailo, please give your socials so they can follow you.
So the name's Hailo, no mother effing angel. That's Hailo. I didn't swear there, I was being a good girl. That's HAIL_O_. You can find me on Instagram, Hailo on Facebook, HAILO. You can find me on Twitter as well. I'm not that active, but if you want to go and follow the girl, do the most there. That's HAILO21. Please also follow my producer Sean Calvin and my hub Laveau Studios. Sean Calvin is SHAUNCALVIN and Laveau Studios is LAVOUXENT.
Guys, hold up. I feel like she prepared that whole section on lock. So to the point, no pauses, no breaks, just fluent. Like, okay, I'm gonna stand in the middle, just say this every single day. Just in case they ask me, like someone's gonna ask me, it's like, hey, hello, no, follow me on the just quick fast.
No, well, no, that's how hungry we are. That's what we're doing.
So this is me, I'm out. Peace out.